So let's go ahead and make a reply to the Dadkids videos. You can't keep your ex's nudes. So let's go ahead and talk about this one, all right? This coming from somebody that has worked for a digital production company before. I could tell you right now, legally, in circumstance of a potential investigation or audit into, you know, business expenses, overall what, actual services that the business covers and everything. If your ex hires your digital production company to go ahead and do a risque, or even pornographic, actual, commission, legally, all right, legally, you need to keep some form of the initial videos or pictures or whatever they ended up commissioning you to do. So that way, if the government asks, hey, you had a digital production company at such and such point in time, all right, you got commissioned to do this explicit content. Ultimately, we need to know that your business expenses are you actually running a digital production company and not you laundering money for a drug cartel. So how do you prove that? You have to be able to keep some of the initial exposures. Now, ultimately, understanding if you've had some form of interpersonal relationship, which if you've worked for a digital production company, those lines don't cross. All right. So ultimately, if the ex wanted to cancel their order, instead of being like, I'm refusing payment and I even want to go ahead and try to sue you to, try to be able to get those exposures and everything. Understand the initial exposures, the pornographic ones and everything. Yeah, that was documented with the courts. So you're asking the wrong person to make them never exist. You're going to have to go to the courts to go ahead and make sure that whatever copy they have no longer exists. All right? But being the person commissioned from that digital production company, you can't just delete them, especially because that'll lead to a lawsuit of, I wanted to pay such and such amount to be able to get those, and ultimately they didn't end up paying, or, they didn't end up, meeting the financial agreement, so I want them to be forced to go ahead and have to remove them, them never being in circulation and everything. You commissioned them to be in circulation in the first place. Then you wanted to go ahead and try to sue on the basis of non-payment, while also wanting to get an audit triggered into your company. So understand what is remaining of, the person commissioned from the digital production company is censored exposures of what you wanted commissioned. So that way, if you were to try coming knocking on my fucking door with a lawyer, I could say, hey, I don't have any nudes of yours. That would be revenge porn. If you're accusing me of revenge porn, I'm going to sue the fuck out of you for defamation of character. But if you want the uncensored copy of those nudes and you're wanting those to be destroyed, you're going to have to go to fucking court. And you're going to have to request for the destruction of those, those uncensored, images or videos. Because ultimately, I was not going to hold on to the fucking grenade that you asked me, hey, hold on to this. No, I'm just going to prove that I did the fucking job. The court filing knows that I did the job that I was commissioned for. Ultimately, the court also, because they would have by this point sent a fucking warrant Not a subpoena to question, an actual fucking warrant for arrest. If there was anything illegal being done. Like, in other words, having uncensored versions of that same, pornographic content that you wanted produced. All right? And ultimately, those uncensored copies, or those censored copies, to be able to use as evidence in case you wanted to claim that, you went and paid so much money, but never ended up getting the finished product. Go to the fucking courthouse to go get the finished product. They're the ones with the finished product. You go ahead and you get your finished product. The uncensored copies, they don't even get kept on my person. But keep accusing me of impropriety. See how well that works.